Hello everybody, my name is Provis and welcome back to my Empire of Sin. And it's actually closer to being a proper empire this time. In the last video, we officially conquered the neighborhood. The Vice Kings only have one strong house left, safe house, sorry, and I would love to go and take this guy out. It would be a little bit risky, but it would be fun to do. The only downside to owning Fulton Market right now is it is kind of a terrible place. It's squalid. And that's mostly because it's extremely dangerous. We have killed so many people that the status of the neighborhood is considered deadly. I am hoping once the war ends, then this actually will start going down and prosperity can return. Supposedly, one thing you can do to improve prosperity is actually spend some money improving your rackets, because as you invest in the local criminal economy, it actually raises up all boats. This is what we call the trickle-down effect. So that's certainly one thing we could do. In the meantime, though, we are supposed to have a sit-down with the leader of the Vice Kings. Why can we not do that? It's no sit-down option. What? Request truce. Where do I want to meet? Is there a different place we're supposed to meet? Wait a minute. There probably is a different place we're supposed to meet. Where is it? I have absolutely no idea where he's supposed to meet me. Is it right here? No, that's not it. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea where he wants to meet. Well, maybe we can go ahead and request a truce somewhere else, though. How about at, the Golden Chalice. All right, I'll meet you at the Golden Chalice, and we will talk about ending the war. Okay, and what I'm hoping we'll be able to do is ambush him and kill him. Not a very honorable thing to do, but who said that I was an honorable person? Let's go ahead and travel over here. We're going to avoid fighting his entire posse that was wandering around. Let's begin our sit-down with the Vice Kings and see what happens. I'm going to demand that he works for me. I want to bring an end to the war. Yep, it ain't doing me no favors, end it quickly for all our sakes. He agrees with that. All right, we'll end the war. Thanks, Daniel. That's it? What? Aw. All right, you know what? It's fine. To be honest, I still think that even with these 5 people, it would have been difficult to get into a safe house. Not impossible. Just without any extra backup, tough. I would have rathered wait for a situation where Hugh is healed up and ready to go. We can always kill him later, right? Why is it acting as if we're still at war? Can I attack him again? Wait. Where's a pop-up saying... There we go. No, wait. No. No. Crispo is now sober? Wow. Okay. Crispo is no longer an alcoholic. He just became that much more useful. That's awesome. We're still at war, apparently. I'm very confused as to what's going on there. But all right, you know what? Fine. We'll just ignore this until they actually do something I don't like. All right, now, normally I would say here's a good opportunity to get ourselves some more money. But guess what? They recently patched the minor factions. If we take a look at diplomacy over here. So we can still trade with them. We can offer them swill, but you no longer can disguise the alcohol. And they're not willing to pay nearly as much. And I know that it's not that they just removed the ability to disguise alcohol, because if you want to trade with a major faction... right? You can still do that. You can't do it with minor factions, though. So, thank you, Spiffing Brits. The exploit is gone. So now I have really no reason not to just go ahead and eliminate this minor faction in order to complete one of my quests. So we're just going to travel over here, then, and we're going to ambush these folks, and we're going to kill them. Let's see. You're the guard? You're going to die now. Oh, the Iron Executioners are mad at me. I don't really care. Info. Can I... Wait, do I have to officially declare war on you before I can take anything? Hang on. Declare war. Yes, that's it. We're not going to invite any other factions. We're going to go to war against the Iron Executioners. You've made a terrible mistake. I think you've made a terrible mistake for not accepting my swill for whiskey prices. Let's go and attack this sucker. Oh, I gained some notoriety as a result, too. Nice. Do I want to attack Jackpot? Yes, I do. Do they seriously only have, like, a couple of people guarding this place? I think they might only have, like, 2 people. No, they got more over here. Okay, never mind. So it is actually going to end up being us versus, like... 5 enemies or something like that. Not that that's especially consequential. We still can take them out without really any issue. I'm very glad that Crispo's no longer alcoholic. Well, that's really quite an awesome feat. I'm super thrilled. Wow, all right, good shot. Didn't quite kill him, but there we go. Crispo, you just run forward over to, like, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be able to take a shot at you. Just run forward a lot. Boss. You have, like, one of the weakest ranges of the bunch. Has his movement actually been increased now that he's no longer a drunk? That could be. That would be awesome if so. Not too difficult, all in all. This guy has pretty bad range, I'm not gonna lie, even with that really awesome machine gun. A little disappointing there, but all right. These guys actually have longer range than I would have expected, so I guess these guys are definitely stronger than basic thugs in the derelict buildings. No doubt about it, but still nowhere near enough of a threat. We're going to take this thing over, and we're going to go ahead and create another top-notch casino, because why the heck not? It looks like we are at peace with the Vice Kings, by the way. I'm not seeing them over on the right, which makes me think that we are okay. Hugh Miller has recovered from his injury. Thank you. Excellent. Okay. So now we can have the full team of 6 traveling together, which is unfortunate timing because I feel like we actually might have been able to take out the Vice Kings with Hugh's help, but I suppose we can always just declare war on him again. I mean, why not, right? And this poor fool's about to run outside, and there we go. Okay, so that should be the Iron Executioners done, unless they have bases in other neighborhoods. I really have no idea. Do we take this over? I think the answer is yes. Do we keep it as a brothel or turn it into something else? Since we can no longer sell to minor factions, breweries are no longer what I would consider the best form of money. So I guess, yeah, something like this would be fine. Red Roses, great. And the faction has been eliminated. All right, so that should complete a quest for me. Sure enough, we get a little bit more notoriety and 500 buckaroos. Nice. Okay, so what to do next? Well, if we're truly at peace with the Vice Kings, I think... Oh, hello. Saltus Gang wants a non-aggression pact. You know what? I agree on that one. Because they're one of the only people that I don't want to fight right now. They're a little bit too strong. That said, there are penalties for breaking pacts with people. Actually, very severe reputation losses. But I'm suspecting what's going to end up happening is the Saltus Gang is going to be the last man standing. It'll be me versus them. So by the time that I'm willing to betray them, then I suspect we won't care what anyone else thinks about me. So, yeah, we can wait on that. In the meantime, though, I think what I'm going to do with these guys, since we can't go and do anything else over here, is maybe travel to a new neighborhood, like, let's say, the West Loop Gates. No, it's already held by something. Let's try going over to Little Italy. And we're going to travel over to some other places, derelicts, and we're going to try taking over a handful of buildings and see if we can indeed start setting up a presence in another neighborhood. Thank you, Maria. Your Overwatch saved me from getting a sucker punch straight to the gut. She's pretty helpful, honestly. I do like Maria. I feel like Crispo was supposed to have, like, the first shot effect as well, but I don't feel like we get to actually use that very much with him for some reason. Maybe it's because he's slower to actually get into the fight. I have no idea, but either way. Only a couple of guys left over here. Melee attack and gonna run straight into Maria's fire, and he goes right on down. Ooh, good shot. These guys are getting longer range, by the way. I am fairly sure that something must have changed in the latest hot patch, because I feel like these guys have much better ranges than they used to. I might be crazy on that, but I remember when these thugs could only shoot like 5 tiles away. So I'm glad to see they have longer range, because that actually makes positioning a bit more crucial, and I can't really just take advantage of the idiocy of the AI quite so much. A couple more pistols, a little bit more money, and we get some bitters. Doesn't matter. Take over, what are we going to create here? Well, I think we probably want to create, we'll create like a safe house and stuff over here later. For now, we want money in a nice, wealthy area. I'm thinking a casino makes some sense. We'll go ahead and buy out one of those. The Treasury? Sounds great. Deal with the devil. Word is out you didn't help that cop, but rumor has it he's got a vendetta against you now. Oh, good. So, I don't remember if this was in the last video or not. There did come a point where I had, like, a little pop-up saying, the cops are, like, doing a detective thing. They wanted me to sell somebody out, and I'm like, I ain't no rat. Sounds like that detective's got a vendetta, though. He's kind of not taking it well, and he wants to take me out. So my rating with the Chicago police has decreased a little bit. Oh, lovely. Wunderbar. Who are these guys, by the way? We should go and investigate this and find out if we are moving in on somebody else's turf. Why aren't you guys moving? Hello? Why aren't you guys moving? They're just kind of stuck. I've noticed this in this last patch as well. They don't seem to move as well when you tell them to actually go somewhere. Let's try to investigate. Okay, Shiva's Slayers. Would these guys be considered to be a minor faction? It sure looks like it, which is fine with me, but it didn't reveal this, which makes me think this might belong to another player. So let's go ahead and investigate this. Vengeance Neres. It is also a minor faction. Okay. No, 2 minor factions in the same neighborhood doesn't bother me one lick. That seems A-okay with me. If I had to place down a safe house, where would I want it? Probably in a place where I can surround it with a few other buildings for defense. Over here's not too bad. Down over here, maybe. Down over here would also be pretty good. Thinking right here, I actually want to turn into a safe house. That's kind of my thought. Because, again, if you can have a lot of street thugs and enemies are coming after me, then maybe the street thugs can intercept somebody before they even get through the door. I could create a really large safe house, but I feel like that's just going to be a bit of a waste of money. Call me crazy, but that's sort of what I am suspecting. So let's just get over here, and we're going to see if we can set up a safe house or something. These guys still aren't moving. You know what? Forget that then. Hey, look! Thugs in an alley. There is indeed a stash. Okay, so remember how in the last video I was saying that sometimes there's goodies if you find thugs hanging out where they shouldn't be? This looks like proof positive of that, so what's gonna be in Big Jim's stash? Let me ambush these fools real quick and we'll find out. There we go, easy enough. Okay, so that doesn't take me too much time. So, what's gonna be in the box? This is where I found the epic machine gun last time. Oh yeah, all right. So we get a really nice looking sniper rifle, me likey, and an epic short-barreled shotgun. Yep, I'll take that. Okay, you know, I think there's something to be said about saying screw the black market. I'm going to go to every neighborhood and find the thugs hiding in alleys and see if I can find goodies. I think that's a completely viable way to play the game. Now, one downside of moving into this new neighborhood is I don't think we are producing the high-level alcohol that I need. We can try producing some top shelf. It's not going to be as good as the other stuff. I don't know which one this is. It's not whiskey. It's something below that. That's what the neighborhood requests, though, because they are having bustling prosperity, and they require premium alcohol. I could upgrade a brewery back home in order to try and get to that, and that's not a bad idea. But ultimately, I want to have something closer to the desired alcohol level for my casino, because that will increase my income by a fair bit. Now, you can see just by picking up this one building, we increase my income per week by about $500, a little less than that. That ain't half bad, I'll tell you what. That ain't half bad. Wait, there's a problem here. What happened to my... Oh, the short-barreled shotgun counts as a small arms weapon. Oh, I guess that does make sense. Okay, so I was thinking maybe this thing wasn't actually showing up where it belongs, but no, it exists as a secondary weapon. Fair enough. Looks like the Saltus gang wants to offer another business arrangement, probably similar to what we did before. I would get some brothel earnings and speakeasy ambience upgrade cost, which seems good. Sure, we'll go ahead and be stronger together. Thank you, Saltus gang. And yeah, once again, these guys are not moving very far. I feel like you have to move them only in short distances. Oh, wait, there is somebody else over here. Who are we going to meet when we go to this speakeasy? If it's another player, that's just complicated. Nope, it's another minor faction. Good lord, they're everywhere out here. Okay, yeah, no, lots of minor factions to work with. That's fine. Found some more thugs, and it's, oh, there we go. Nice. All right, Crispo gets a little bit of extra benefit from getting kills with machine guns. Found some more thugs in an alleyway, and sure enough, that means they are guarding yet another loot crate, so that's pretty awesome. Not even gonna get a single round off. There we go. That was easy enough. Man, attacking first with a sniper rifle is really powerful, because you get initiative and you get to attack first, and you get to do a load of damage. It's almost always a KO. A medic's kit. The biggest and the best kit around. Okay. No, this seems really good. We should definitely install that on somebody. Who's the most likely to play that role? To be honest, I think it's going to be Hugh. Hugh is short range, mostly good for drawing enemies to him. He'll chuck grenades, and I think he's going to end up being my healer. He runs around and heals people. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, cool. That was a nice find. Trying to take on another medium-sized building in this town. I don't know if I want to kill too many of the derelict buildings because I don't want to reduce the prosperity a ton. But then again, reducing it at least one level means that I will be able to start selling my top shelf alcohol for the premium instead of the higher level alcohol, so that kind of sort of works. We might be able to kill this guy, but it's not very likely. Let's try using the shrapnel bomb right over here. I haven't done this yet. Shrapnel bomb away! Boom! Well, that works. Look at that bleeding and knockback. Ooh, me like that ability. That's awesome. Just about done. A little more sniper action ready to go around. And can you just finish this guy off? Pretty good chance that you can. And the question is what we're going to produce over here. We could set up some more breweries. Yeah. Might be the way to go. Alternatively, of course, a speakeasy isn't a bad idea either. Can't afford a brewery, unfortunately. You know, I think maybe a speakeasy is going to be the way to go. Selling out some more of our alcohol. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll call it the Palms. Just looking for some serious cash generators in the wealthy parts of town. In fact, I'm wondering if it makes any sense to set up at least 2 or 3 rackets in all the wealthy neighborhoods and let my poor neighborhood basically just be the powerhouse for alcohol from which we supply the rest of my empire across Chicago. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's actually good. Now, this is the thing about a new game. It's not like all the optimal strategies have been figured out yet. I suppose when in doubt, though, one thing that is always going to be beneficial is simply running around and gathering intelligence of the region. Look for more of those thugs, find out who's around, what they're up to, and then you can make a more informed decision going forward, right? Is there a giant open courtyard in here for some reason? Oh, it's like a storage area for all the trucks and stuff for deliveries. Got it. I was thinking that'd be a really cool place for a really big boss battle. Oh my gosh, there's yet another person over here to talk to? It's another minor faction. This neighborhood anyway, is just completely full of them. I'm guessing not a single player started over here, which means this place is intended to be fought over aggressively by the other factions. But if I'm one of the only people here, like, that means I'm the first to the punch. That's gotta be good for me, right? Another poor fool guarding what looks like a nice pistol and also a police baton. Ooh, it's a pretty darn good weapon. Okay. Also, we just finished upgrading the treasury a little bit, so our casino in town should be doing a little bit better. That's excellent. I'm gonna go to one of my... Let's see, not Southside, Fulton Market. I'm going to go to one of my breweries and make sure we are able to produce some of the good stuff, because I want to make as much money in this town as possible. Let's see, I think this is the one that was pretty high level, but not really the best quality. I think over here is where we are going to try to up our alcohol quality a couple times. It's going to be very expensive, but the more top shelf I have, the better. It is kind of fun to explore a new neighborhood, isn't it? I think so. I mean, there's a very big church over here or something. That's pretty cool. And I'm not intimately familiar with Chicago, despite the fact that it is technically my birthplace. So I don't know if that church is, like, famous or a landmark or anything, but it would be kind of cool if it were. What I do know is there's another stash sitting right here outside the church, and that means I have to loot it. Wow, that thug had $1,000 on him? What the crud? And look at that, yet another alleyway. Big Jim, whoever you are, you just, like, leave things all over the place, and I don't think it's very wise. Losing all sorts of fun loot. A Mills bomb. Like a really nice grenade. Oh, heck yes. Also a better shotgun, too. Not that a lot of my people use shotguns, but it's nice to have. Interesting. The Saltus gang just declared war on the Keenan's Night Machine, which is one of the little factions over here. I'm kind of thinking what might make sense, since he's already attacking and I don't want him to get much of a foothold in this town, maybe it would make sense for me to get in on this action, declare war on the Keenan's Night Machine myself, and see if we can just take over a few of their buildings. Let's see. They've got a really big speakeasy, they've got a casino, and they've got another speakeasy. We don't really have the alcohol to go around in order to take care of this, but if it denies them anything, that's probably good. So let's go ahead and travel over here. And then we're going to go to diplomacy, and we're going to try to find them real quick. Keenan's Night Machine, I officially declare war on you. There we go. You've made a terrible mistake. I really doubt it. I really doubt it. I'm just going to go ahead and take over your big buildings before the Saltus gang gets any stronger. Who are you? What are you doing? Die! Good lord. Totally didn't even think about the fact that there was a guy hiding behind that truck. Okay, easy enough. Again, like, I could show you guys all this, but it really doesn't take much effort. It's pretty darn easy. All right, Speakeasy, the star spot, good. Again, this is increasing the violence in the local area, but I am hoping that we're going to be increasing our income by a huge amount. I just need to get a lot more alcohol, a lot more, going for the good stuff. You know, it's nice to finally get to do something other than swill, right? I was feeling kind of down. Like, the Donovans have a reputation to uphold, you know what I mean? You can't be going around and demanding that they make absolute crap and swill. These guys have proud Irish traditions. Of course. Oh, Dominic just finished a talent, too. Sweet, so I gotta use explosives in my first action and it doesn't end my turn, so that's nice. Throw a time bomb at the targeted area. After 2 rounds have passed, it explodes. Well, that could be really good. Fire a shot. If it hits, fire a second shot. I think I'm going to just go ahead and focus hard on this guy being a demolitionist. That sounds kind of fun. Explosives are good, especially in areas where you think people are going to congregate. I cannot believe that I can keep killing people in the streets like this, though, with basically, like, no consequences whatsoever. I think if there's any mechanic in this game that's weak and not fleshed out very well, it's the police. It feels like the police just don't care. Now, maybe that's a commentary on Chicago. I don't really know. But, like, it feels like they really don't do anything to you, and they probably should. That would just make the most sense. And here comes the last thing owned by the Keenans, the Treasury. I already created something called the Treasury. There can't be two treasuries. There can be only one. And you know what? This last place that was owned by the Keenan's Knights, I am going to turn this into a safe house, just so we have something in here. Now, if I do this, though, we would need to assign a new lieutenant, and we have to decide who we'd be willing to give up. Is there anybody that I'd be willing to give up, actually? Maybe I don't want to place down a safe house. Is this a bad idea? If we place down Hugh Miller, we could have more passive morale gain, racket guard damage, raid chance, income goes up, etc. You know, actually, I don't think that I do want to get a safe house. I think that it's going to be... Why is it no longer an option? Why is it now costing so much more? I don't know what's going... You know what? I'll build a hotel. Hotel seems fine. We'll go ahead and do the sleep easy. Yeah, I don't really want to lose any of my current crew members. All of them are relatively good. I don't think any of them are especially great for governing. Now, is there a limit to how large your team party can be? I really have no idea. Apparently, Little Italy went from mediocre to bustling, which means somewhere down the line it actually died for a moment. Let's take a quick look here and make sure... It is now still at premium level, right? Yes, it is. I would like to bring it down, probably, to bustling only because it would result in me being able to sell off some better alcohol, but I think maybe keeping it high is good. It's probably harder to build up than it is to tear down, right? That would make some sense. Let me check another thing real quick. So we do actually have our first racket synergy in this neighborhood, so that's good. They did fix these, by the way, I think. So in this town we have... Full house, which is getting me some extra income. Plus, we have a hotel, which doubles up that bonus, so that's pretty good. Status right now is unstable, but overall not that bad. If we make it too much worse, it's going to be a problem. Note, by the way, over here, these racket synergies have finally been revealed. So the synergies appear to have been fixed in the last patch, which is good. I was wondering when they would get to that, but this should be increasing how much money and alcohol we can produce by a pretty hefty amount. I like that. And what do you know? Some more thugs in the middle of the street guarding a giant crate. You'd think that people would notice these things. I don't think these should sit around forever. I think what should happen here is these should be like temporary events. There's no guarantee you're going to get anything out of that, you know? Like, just randomly you'll come across somebody, but they're not just standing out in the middle of nowhere. Obvious and easy for you to find. Why can't I shoot this guy? I'm a little confused. I feel like he's easily accessible right now. All right, well, we'll just set you up for Overwatch. Why can't I shoot you? You're right next to me. I feel like you should be a super easy target. Well, Crispo can get you, so this will be fine. There we go. He's gone. All right, he's dead, Jim. No problem at all. Thank you for a little bit of extra cash. Let's get over here and find out what's inside the stash. Oh, and the prosperity did indeed go down to mediocre, which is probably my sign that I should slow my roll and stop killing people in the town. All right, but we did get a couple more rifles and some shotguns. Worst come to worst, we can sell that. In the meantime, though, I think that means we should get out of this neighborhood and go somewhere else temporarily. Maybe we want to go over to the West Loop, or, I don't know, Chinatown. Chinatown is apparently booming in prosperity. We could blow things up over here for a while before anyone's going to care. Maybe I can go to Chinatown. Yeah, let's try doing that. Let's travel over here. Oh, I like that the decorations are a little different here. You got like some lanterns and stuff. That's pretty cool. Nice. Let's see. I'm looking for something big, preferably. We could get down over here, maybe. Actually, let's just go ahead and use this taxi and find out what else is going on in the street. As long as you're on the street, you actually do get a pretty good amount of vision. So it's usually probably worth just jumping from taxi points. Who is this? This is part of the Saltus gang. There's also a smashed-up building. So they've been active over here, apparently. Probably against some of the other little minor factions, which is just fine. Okay, so we don't want to encroach on their turf too much, but then we do have a non-aggression pact, so it's not like he can really do much to me anyway, right? Let's investigate this and see if this is another player. Are there even any other players? Well, there's the Reagan's Colts. Okay, the Vice Kings has declared war on the Saltus gang. Are you serious? Oh, and the Reagan's Colts have joined the Vice Kings. Oh, okay. So it's actually a war between the Reagan's Heights and against the Saltus gang. The Saltus gang might actually just go kill the Vice Kings for me, which I don't actually want them to do. I would actually like to do that myself. And now that we have 6 party members, I do feel like we can pull that off.
Sure thing.
The only thing I don't know is if we have some sort of a truce that we'd be breaking if I did. But maybe not. I don't know. Let me explore a little bit more in this region, and then we'll turn around and we'll reconsider. I'm also going to go ahead and have the audacity to move in right next door to the Saltus gang. I'm going into their neighborhood right now and taking on a larger derelict building. It's got 3 out of 5 difficulty on it, so technically it could be a little bit more dangerous, but so far, really no problem, like, at all. Is there any way I can easily take you out? Yeah, you can come around this corner. We'll go ahead and set up an Overwatch trap right along here in case he comes nearby. Or maybe we can just kill him outright. Never mind, we can just kill him outright. All right, so that's a really big building taken over from me. It's going to be expensive to set up, but that should be fine. What do I want to set up? You know what? Let's just go for, let's go for a simple brothel in this case. Because I don't want to be using up too much more of my alcohol. I don't have enough to really supply this area anyway. And this should be enough to make me a pretty good amount of cash. So that's good. All right, hopefully the Saltus gang won't be too angry with me moving into their neighborhood, but this way we get to contest them at least a little bit. I do wish in this game you had the ability to create your own patrols and send people out to scout for you, kind of like what the AI does. Because right now, I'm not even pursuing quests. I'm not really doing anything I would consider to be very fun. I'm mostly just running around between neighborhoods, exploring, grabbing some treasure troves, and also grabbing a couple of little rackets here and there in different neighborhoods, just so I have some sort of a foothold in those prosperous locations. But that's kind of it. And that's mostly what I've done this entire episode. And, you know, I mean, it's probably the right strategic choice, but is it the most fun? No, I would say probably not. This game would also really benefit, I think, from a bit more enemy variety, if that were possible, because at some point, you know, fighting thugs the same time over and over again, it gets a little irritating. I don't know if they need to scale up in difficulty and just throw more curveballs at you with special abilities, or something else. I mean, obviously there's a limitation to what you can do, because, you know, they're all humans at the end of the day. This isn't XCOM where you can have aliens do all sorts of wacky things. There are certain limitations. I totally recognize that. But at the same time, it would be kind of fun to have something else happening, you know? But at the end of the day, it is still somewhat satisfying being able to take on large mobs of enemies and still beat the snot out of them. Let's go for another brothel. I think that'll work out just fine. The icing, ugh. It's kind of a gross name for this place. All right, well, there we go. So now we actually do have, I think, some sort of a racket in every single neighborhood, which is good. My income has jumped up to about $3,200 per week, which seems really reasonable to me. In theory, we can continue making this better and better. Fulton Market is still suffering. It's not in the best of shape. We could try to clear out some more derelict buildings and stuff, but the more violence we have going on over here, probably the worse. We really do need to do some of our missions. I didn't touch a single one of those, but I think what I really want to do, if we wouldn't be taking some sort of a diplomatic penalty, is go and kill the leaders of the Vice King this time. I didn't really want to declare peace with them last time. I kind of figured we'd have the opportunity to ambush him. But I was apparently wrong. Declare war, truce. How long does the truce last? That's my question. Truce 240, 20 weekly. It does not say when we can do that. So I guess I'm not allowed to kill this guy right now. Well, darn. Okay, well, I guess the only option then is to continue growing my empire. Get as much money as possible, see if we can ever get something useful on this black market for once, because so far it's been kind of lackluster at best, and hire some more quality goons from the Black Book. And with the best possible goons, we take the fight to everybody else. Remember, all we have to do is pop up at, let's say, the safe house of the Saltus gang, take out the leader, and their entire empire falls to me. We're actually really close to being able to win the game, if we are bold, and if we can outsmart the AI. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.